First up, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakah Kodash. We belong to the apostles and elders of Greatness Stone. Salutation to all the Ashimot that do this work in our sincerity, in our truth. And Shalom to the elect, yeah. Shalom to the helps, the Akwat, yeah, the sisters. This is James Jamaica, Port Antonio, yeah, at you again another weekend, seeing, you know, doing the usual work, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, yeah. You know, ruling the spirit, you know, prophesying the downfall of this wicked empire that we live in today, man. And as you can see the headline or the title of the video, it's a beautiful time to be in the truth. See? Because the things that we see happening right now, right across the world. See? Hey, you can't choose a much better time to be grounded in the truth than now, man. See? When we can see Esau kingdom is falling apart, man. See? Hey, get you can bring out the thing over there, bigger.
Yeah, which one of them did say one?
One of them said like the RT.
Yeah, man.
The latest one. Yeah.
No, no.
You cannot bring it down. Because hey, how we see things going right now, man. Hey, Satan kingdom is divided. And the scripture tell you about it. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
It says from the RT, it says EU nations call for a U-turn on fossil fuels. It said Germany wants G7 nations to backtrack and plan to stop financing overseas fossil fuel projects. It said Germany is seeking to convince other G7 nations to abandon a commitment to end direct international financing over overseas fossil fuel projects by the end of the year.
Yeah. So you know what? These countries are undecided, man. Because guess what? Fossil fuel. Because the elite main aim is actually going toward it's a clean energy. See? We start out the new world order, man. But as you can see, these nations are divided, are undecided over whether them to use fossil fuel or not. Because a lot of countries highly dependent on it, man. Countries like America are one of the main countries highly dependent on fossil fuel. See? I'm being in a time like this. We see like you can have blackouts. Hey, you know, we in the summer now, but very short we're going into the winter. See? See? And hey, the plans are actually set in place as yet. Who them want to come to fruition. See? And a lot of these countries are actually find us that hey, them are going to face a lot of pressure. See? If the fossil fuel thing for just goes up boom and stop at a sudden, you're not going to stop at a sudden like that. Man. So basically, there's a big division over the EU nations, see? Even with America also. See? Continue with the article.
It's a Berlin is asking group of 7 members to acknowledge that publicly supported investment in the gas sector is necessary as a temporary response to current energy crisis. So according to the proposal reportedly remains under discussion and could be altered before Sunday when the G7 summit kicks off in the Bavarian Alps, hosted by Germany Chancellor Olaf Scholz.
So you go down further, we say you have countries that are undecided.
He said Britain opposes the proposal, sources said, while they were conflicting reports about whether the Italian authorities would support the plan.
So it's they have conflicting issues. You have countries who are supporting the countries where basically now go ahead with the plan. See? As Carl with Germany said.
It's Matthew 12 and 25. He said, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. And how shall then his kingdom stand?
Hey, yeah, we can see it clearly that these nations are divided. These nations were controlled by so-called white man, Esau, Edom. So this is Satan's kingdom, man. And the Satan kingdom is actually divided at this point in time, man. See? So it's going to fall. See? So basically, hey, whosoever in the street, man, I tell you, it's a beautiful time. Those are the things that were happening now, the prophecies that we've been speaking about for years. See? Coming to pass, man. See? Hey, yeah. That's what the act said, especially famine. Yeah, the famine and these things, in the MOTV, all these prophecies. It's very beautiful to see what's happening now, being laboring over the years. See? And see that all of this come to pass. It's what better time to be here. Yeah.
Matthew 13 and verse 16 says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
Done.
For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Yes. And going up to the very elected, and the men who are in this truth that are sincerely seeing about the work of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, and truly believe. See, the words what the Lord speak, man. See, the Lord said, bless are your eyes. Because guess what? Hey, the prophets of old actually get visions of these things to come. Hey, the prophets of old get actually visions of these things to come. But guess what? We today, we live in the time where these things actually are happening in our high side, man. We're seeing these things, man. See? You know, the prophet Ezra said, woe is me, woe is me. What shall I do when this evil shall come? Hey, because basically, as Ezra get those visions, and him see it, and him see the destruction, the devastation, that's gonna come, man. See? So, hey, we as men of the Lord, man, it's very beautiful in our sight to see the things happening, man. So guess what? From these prophecies happening, then you know, so boy, the coming of our Lord and Savior is at hand, man, and very near. See? Say, hey.
Yeah, man, this is Romans 13 verses 11 says, and that time.
Buy the truth and sell it not. Yes, sir. The scripture said, buy the truth and sell it not. Yeah? It's all about money.
They have to spread it through YouTube.
Yeah, we are spread it, but we're not collect them dividends.
But once people look at it, they will give money and have to ask them.
That go back to the scripture. The scripture says, charge them that are rich in this world.
Not charge them at the
No, yeah, and that's it mean. You have to pay them tithes to make the ministry go. But we necessarily we're not going to monetize our page. You know?
Alright.
Make the word go freely. Freely receive, freely give.
Alright, sir.
Yes, sir.
Respect that.
Yeah, man.
We eventually will get a reward, man.
It is true. It is true. We don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Hey.
Son, that I know in the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Hey, as in the year talk about, we're supposed to put it on YouTube and make money. See? Hey, the time is that this now. You need to awake out of sleep. See? And see the things that will happen. See? And hey, and if you're out there, man, you're a part of the elected and you're lingering around, see? As the scripture says, it's high time to awake out of sleep, man. Because now is our salvation here and we believe. Because we see the signs, the prophecies, everything will happen and take place right across the world, especially right now in America. Our America is divided. See? When it comes to everything in America right now, man, in the scripture said the Lord what? Mingle a perverse spirit therein. And we can see the division, man. As we've been speaking about this Roe Wade act with them passed, the law, with them struck down the whole abortion thing. Hey, it is causing a big disruption in America, man. Yeah. Yeah, man.
And he show all the wicked them that come out now.
Yeah.
And
Well,
all the facts here that most murder stuff.
yeah. Pro-abortion group coming out. Seeing? So basically,
Them right.
it's either we have our way or you gonna face death. Them planning to burn cities. See?
It's just psyop.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to say the so-called white man said it up because hey, a part of them whole plan to bring the division, man. Because scripture tell us actually, hey, these things are gonna happen. Yeah, I'm second this one. Right. Now bring it up. You finish that? You finish that?
He says, the night is far spent, the days at hand.
The day is at hand. Which day? The day of the Lord. See? The day of the Lord is at hand, man. See? So know at the time we're supposed to awake out of sleep. See? As the day approaches more and more. See? Because we see the things that will happen. The signs are there. The prophecies are there. See? As the scripture said, the visions are yet for a appointed time, but at the end they shall speak and not lie. See? So to all the visions, which the vision go back to what the prophecies are speaking. See? And it's very wonderful, man. It's a beautiful thing to see all these things that take place now. See? All these the Edomite kingdoms, the Edomite countries, or wherever they want to be, they are divided, man. See? A whole division. Wars and rumors of wars. See? I can bring that back.
Second Esdras 9 and verse 1 says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
The day of the Lord is at hand. See? The scripture said, measure thou the time diligently, man. See? So we're supposed to what? Be diligent. Scripture said, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. See? So we're supposed to measure the time. And how we measure the time? Measure the time by tuning into the scriptures and watch for the prophecies when the scriptures speak about them. See? And so we can see all the signs are happening. See? Left, right, and center, man. See? All over, east, west, north, and south. Whichever angle you want to turn. See? You have prophecies popping off every day, man. See? And this is how we measure it, man. Through the word of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. God
Says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and uproars of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yes, the Lord actually speak about these things. Even in Matthew 24, when the Lord said, these are the signs you're supposed to look for when him coming the near, and when you ever see the end at this current kingdom, see, look for the signs. Earthquakes, diverse places, man. See? So we can see that a lot of earthquakes been happening daily. See? Even if you don't feel none around you, but you can check the thing they call it, the earthquake treaty. You can see how much earthquake been shaking, man. And them are shake on a more vast more majority than you noticed before. See? Uproars of the people. See? Every little thing now is a uproar in the world. You see, as we've been speaking about America, see, over the whole striking down of the gun law, the whole Roe Wade situation with the abortion law being shut down. See, there have a lot of uproars going on, right? All over America right now. And different parts of the world. There have uproars in Venezuela. See, uproars in Sri Lanka. See, you can check, you can go on it, you can look go on the news, man. See, that's one of the ways you can watch. See, you check your news and look for the things that happen across the world, man. Then we can match them back to the prophecies.
On the second of just 9, verse 5 says, For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have played beginnings in wonder and perfect works and endings in effects and signs.
Ending in effects and signs, man.
Was there something going?
See the signs. See? See the signs, hey, a lot of signs in them. The signs are the chariots. You see the chariots a lot. See? So-called UFOs, man, are unidentified aerial phenomena. Yeah? UAPs, man. So we see where the signs are there. See, show that we're at the head, man. You have a piece of
Ecclesiasticus 39:1, he said, but he that giveth his mind to the law of Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out wisdom of all the ancients, and occupy prophecy.
What the scripture said? Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20, you can play it out. The speed that giveth his mind, the law of Most High.
You can start to say what the word say, I'll find my laws in my disciples.
God, see? You find it?
Yes, Isaiah 8. I want verse 17, 18 and
Yeah, because this one, scripture says, be occupied in prophecies, man. See? Be occupied in prophecies. Give your mind to the laws of the Most High. See? Hey, we're not going to say the laws are going to save us, but hey, we can practice them to the best of our ability. Because guess what? By practicing the laws, show your faith. You know the law, your whole bash in your shine, man. See? Find it?
This is Isaiah 8, starting at verse 16. It says, bind up the testimony, seal laws among my disciples.
Done. Bind up the testimony. What is testimony? The testimony of the Lord is what? The spirit of prophecy, man. See? Yeah, so that was supposed to be in, man. The spirit of prophecy. Hey,
Which we do every day.
yeah, that's why we're holding here. 5 days a week. 5 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week, man. As long as it persists, man. You come out and do it, man. See? That's it, huh?
And I will wait upon the Lord, hide his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him.
Done.
Behold,
Hey, wait upon the Lord. That's why we're out here. That's why, hey, the scripture says, without faith it is impossible to please the Lord. See? Because of faith are the reason why we're out here doing this, man. See? And then faith, we are waiting upon the Lord because He make a promise to us. See? They might come what? They might come deliver we out of the hands of our enemies. See? So by faith, we come out, we do this, man. See? That's it, huh?
behold, I am the children whom the Lord hath given me, are for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion.
That's right. That's it, huh?
When they shall say unto you, seek unto them that are familiar spirits and unto wizards that beg and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God for the living to the dead, to the law and to the testimony.
Hold on. They say, when them say speak unto them that are familiar spirit. A lot of poor people, what? Them gone off a whole heap of familiar spirit right now. That's why you see them so everybody is gathering thing. See? Because them are looking way out. Yeah, them are look to be rich and wealthy in this world. See? Which that not have a benefit enough, man. They must seek protection, yes, they must seek protection from the wrong place and from the wrong things. See? Yes. From the wrong people. From the wrong people, yeah?
To the law, to the testimony, they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Scripture said to the law and to the testimony. See, they speak not according to there's no what, there's no light in them. So if you see a it's to the law and to the testimony. That's what we're supposed to be coming out here to do. See? They will speak according to the law of Most High. We say practice them to the test of your ability. See? They will not tell us if they do away the law. Christians are saying, boy, the laws, they've done away.
rehearse the righteousness.
Yes, we rehearse them. We rehearse the acts, man. And guess what? We tune into the testimony of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. which is the testimony of the Lord and Savior Yahushua, the spirit of prophecy. See? I will bring over there and that every day, man. See? Because we see the prophecies them out. So we have to do that. See?
This is Jeremiah 28 and verse 8 says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, the prophets that have been before we of old, the prophets them. The prophets them I talk about Jeremiah, Isaiah, from Moses, all of these prophets coming up there. From of old. Them prophesy against with kingdoms like America, like Russia, like the United Kingdom. See, a lot of you people not even know that they're living in a kingdom, man. See, America is a kingdom. The whole of Europe, it's a kingdom, man. See, it's Esau Edom kingdom, man. The Edomite kingdom. See, so prophesying against these kingdoms, man, calling for the destruction at the end of these kingdoms. See, as the prophets of what? So any prophet will come out and them now call to see the end of this current setup or this current rulership. Hey, they're a false prophet, man. Right. A real prophet do the job of a real prophet. Yeah? Nothing else.
It says, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
So all the prophets are talk about peace, prosperity in a time of war. That's what the scripture says. There's a time and season for everything under the heavens. And no, it's not the time for war, and no, it's not the time for peace. Hey, well, no, it's not the time for peace, man, because guess what? What we're seeing going on across the world right now, it's not the peace thing, man. Look what's going on in Russia with Ukraine. See, we're preparing China, in the South China Sea, between Israel and Iran. See, all these nations, man, America against the rest of the world. What is going on, man? It's not a time of peace. It's not a time for prosperity. It's a time of gloominess. See, of darkness. See, bring that up.
Right, this is Joel 3 verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Fear war, wake up the mighty men. All the men of war draw near, let them come up.
Because this is what is prescribed to happen right now. See? This is the moment we're in right now. It's a time of war, not a time of peace, man. The scripture says what? Prepare war. See? It says,
beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Let
the weak say I am strong.
Like all these nations, you have these weaker nations. Even one time Russia became weak. Yeah. Because after the whole Cold War thing, Russia fall. When it's splitting of the Soviet Union, seeing all these countries go aside, get independent, Russia did became weak. Now Russia has become a strong nation. Russia is a strong nation again. So scripture says let the weak say I'm strong. See? You have other countries like Iran. America could talk of shit to them countries back then. No, America can't talk of shit to them countries. One time America couldn't talk shit to China. No, them can't talk shit to China. See? So these nations are weaker nations.
Yeah, the BRICS alliance basically with the Belt and Road Initiative.
Done.
I help strengthen these nations to start go around the US dollar because I really take place to cut out the American Swift system by going digital currencies like Bitcoin and stuff. And that I help shape the US market.
And anytime situation like that happens to America, their only solution is to what? Go to war, man, because that's how them actually build them economy, man.
But the funny thing is, the war this time is carefully being picked.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you touch certain nations, ultimately you touch Russia.
Done.
You know, because we know that America and Russia have been fighting proxy wars over the years. Yeah? We know that they have fight proxy wars over the years. But you know, at the same time, you know, the proxy war thing I get over. It I get what should I say? They get played out,
Gun.
when them basically have to go fight a real war.
That's right.
Them have to go, the war and the beer basically have to go heads on. That's the reason why you hear Biden say, we're not putting no boots in Ukraine. Because if we put any boots in Ukraine, that simply means we're going to World War III in Russia.
Yes.
You actually said that. You understand? Because once, as the brothers must say, it was easier to basically run into countries like Iraq, Afghanistan. You know, no, the thing is different. So right now, it's just some jobs of watch boxing.
Yeah.
They might play, they might show some jobs. You know, but now you start say 1 and 2 punch.
Gun.
1 and 2 punch start come, and then there's going to be a time when some swinging, some hard out swinging are going to take place.
Right.
You know? And that's the time brothers will explain that we're basically venturing right now.
Right.
Go ahead.
Continue. More precepts? Yeah? Continue, precepts.
Verse 11 it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens.
All the heathens, man. When the scripture says the Lord says, and you can bring that from 2 Ezra 20, not 15 and 20. I'm telling you, I'm talking to the Lord says, I'm going to gather the nations. The Lord says, assemble the nations, then. Just bring it up for me.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 20. It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and live on us, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh.
Yes, because that's what is been happening right now. The Lord, I tell them to assemble themselves together. See? He might call them to reverence him. When them good been chosen, it's chosen people, which are the so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Latinos, yes, which are the children of Israel, mainly, and to his elect. See? Yes. Those are his elect men. See? So basically the Lord have set up these nations against each other, man, to bring total destruction to them because of what they have done unto his people. See? And we're in that point in time right now. But we say, hey, the power is being shifted, the power is being turned, man, it's being shifted around. See? And say, Lord, I set up everything and have to go in a certain order, man. See? And it happens precisely how the scripture says it's been played up. See? Continue with that now. It says, assemble.
Joel 3 verse 11 it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither because the Lord, because the mighty ones come down, O Lord.
Yeah, the Lord, because the mighty ones are the who? The angels, man. Because guess what? The angels are the one who have set this thing, have set up everything who are going on the earth. You bring it out, Revelation 7, one for me. Yeah. Just show you what how the Lord orchestrate everything to that perfect plan. See? So the angels them are play for the mind of the kings here, the kings them. All different leaders. Yeah. Yeah, God. Bring that.
We call them extras.
Extras.
Even the extras them. And
Yeah.
move.
Yes, the other one.
This is Revelation 7 and verse 1 says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
And what you better talk about? The angels them that are hold off everything because you know you have prophecies that have to fulfill before the wind come up on the earth. And when the scripture in Jeremiah tell about this destroying wind, Jeremiah, the destroying wind, Jeremiah 51. They tell about the destroying wind that talk about that nuclear destruction that is to come. Then that's what's gonna happen when the World War III kick off, man. See? So the angels them are hold off the winds. See? The winds that are the nuclear destruction. See? Continue.
Says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants with our power in your forehead.
We're not going to history. Really? Really, that prophecy, when I really think about it, that prophecy has speak about the Cold War. Because when you go back, remember them they bring in for nuclear, like Cuba. See? And that was like 1990, 1991, somewhere there. The Cold War started. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? So when you really get deep in it, them wars that did get hot.
Yeah.
But
I never really the Cold War.
Right, you understand? So, but it wasn't the time.
Gun. Right.
Yeah, it wasn't the time because, you know, World War I came.
Gun.
You know, and the scripture said, behold, all right, baby love. It says, two World War come up, right?
Gun.
So the second war come, then, so when it said earth, not the earth, till we have seen, it simply means that there was another time when the war was gonna basically started to fight. And when you really look in history, that's speaking about the time of the Cold War. Because they actually think for to venture down that road at that time, but that was, you understand? So we know really that we are at the end, because the Lord say, oh, Satan is going to be loose for a little season. You understand? So this is the time. This is the generation that's witnessing it, and this is the generation that's going to play out on. You know?
Right. It's the earth, not the earth, not the sea.
See, exactly.
Yeah, because, hey, don't lick America yet.
Yeah, don't move them in.
Don't move them yet. See? Or America don't fire. You miss your nuclear missiles over there as yet. See? So basically, and then by the time we fire the nuclear missile, but we're heading at a time where they destroy and win. I can come up on the earth, man, when there's these
nukes
missiles.
have to be fired. To be fired.
Time.
Without the end, and not lie.
At that time, we never did
Exactly.
Because a lot of people never actually understand.
But even the MOTB system wasn't around. The framework I never did around. Exactly. You know? So you see how you can match the scriptures to everyday life, to time frame.
And that's every life, man. That's every life to the scripture.
Exactly.
As the scripture in 2 Corinthians 9, it says, measure the time
Diligently in itself. And that was a good measure that would measure the scriptures a while ago. Because the earth, not the earth, when you say that, it have to be in the time of the Cold War. Because the first 2 wars basically was prophesied to happen. You know, World War was 3 wars.
Yeah.
So the first 2 wars, World War I, World War II. So it has to be in the time of the Cold War when everything that get heated up venture down that path. Like World War III, World War II, exactly.
Yeah. And this is the time when you destroy America. I'm continuing with this about the Revelation, yeah?
Back in Revelation 7 and verse 4 says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed.
I'm starting back when you said the
Back in Revelation 7 and 2 says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to earth the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Hey, he said, earth, not the earth nor the sea, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. And we're talking about sealing the elect, man. Our God sealing the elect. See? And that's the main reason we're out here. Scripture says we enjoy all things, so what? The elect safe. So that's the reason why we're out here, man. Prophesying, bidding them to the marriage, waking up the elect, man. See? Then the time of the gathering of the elect are going to come, because of the Lord are the one who are going to gather them.
That's right.
See? When the time is right. So when that destruction are going to come down for the earth, the Lord are going to gather the elect. See? Why and what? So-called UFO, which you call chariot, which you call so-called UFO, which are the chariots which the scripture speak about, the chariots of heaven, or the chariots of Israel. See?
The flying saucer.
Flying saucers, whatever you want to call it. Hey, that is what going to come and gather the Lord's people and deliver them in the time of the destruction. Joel? Yeah. So we're actually in that time, man. It's a beautiful time, man. See? You have a Christopher?
That's right.
You want
Thank
to-
you.
Joel 3 and 12, he said, let the heathen be weakened.
Be awakened. Let the heathen be awakened.
Let the heathen be wakened
Yeah.
and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about.
Hey, and the valley of Jehoshaphat is over there, where? In the Middle East, man.
How Shaphat?
Yahweh's judgment. Yeah, that's where. That's in the where we have the Euphrates. In the land where you see where we land in it. We talk about the land of barren and desolate.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, in other area there, man. That's where the Lord I got judge these heathen, man. Where the scripture say them stinker gonna come up. See?
And one of the reasons why I'm thinking I'm going to because I'm going to take the C to the H to the I to the P.
Gone.
And the scripture speak about if you take it, what will be a judgment.
You grieve your swords and come up on you.
Missiles, man.
Missiles,
Burn
yeah.
with fire. You're going to burn with fire.
Gone.
You know, that's the ultimate judgment if you receive that thing.
She's right, man.
And that a move and the sun.
Yeah, and remember we have quoted some other soldiers come up and say, yo, them sign a contract where them have to take it. So we know exactly what will happen because them now go for what we are saying, most of them now run rogue. So,
Right.
you know, they want to receive it and go over there and die. Which is another prophecy with their face towards the EC and their inner parts to the utmost sea.
Joel,
Yeah?
Joel,
120, yeah.
120.
Which is from the Euphrates all the way down.
Said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Yeah, put in the sickle because guess what? Reaping time now. See? The time for the sickle gets sharpened. The mighty sword. Yes, that mighty sword, man. Scripture said put in the sickle because the harvest is ripe, man. It's time for the total destruction, man. See? Time for those missiles to get fired, man. See? Waiting for that time. Hey, so we're not that far from the implementation of the MOTV, man. To that digital device, we're not that far from it. Because you see, all the framework has been put in place. See, Jamaica, out here, what them do? They become the first country to make the CBDC a legal tender, man. So guess what? You can't use to buy anything. And if Jamaica is a country where at the back of the tail, reach that far, what we say the rest of the world? See? What we say the worst of the modern world? See? We're more technologically advanced than Jamaica.
Take for example.
Done.
Them lead the world in a cashless society.
Done.
You know, so all the other countries them just follow suit. You know,
Yeah.
China as well. You know,
So, yeah. So the ceiling of the elect is about to close up. Actually, the elect already sealed. Yeah. The elect already sealed. Seen? So, at the time, everything else just get put in place. And the Lord just say, all right, I hit this. Yeah?
So come get you down, for the press is full, fats overflow, for the wickedness is great.
The wickedness is great, man. The Lord say, I'm going to bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, and destruction, because wickedness are exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the earthful work are fulfillment, and we can see it. See it? Hey, we see a news today, they talk about in Oslo, in Norway. See? Some shooting going on, and they talk about some terror attack. See? And then we're supposed to have one of the alphabet march today. And they have to postpone it because man them come out and shoot up the city. See? So, hey, so when I tell we see the Lord, I get fed up of these nasty things in the earth, man. But them approach it, man. See? In America, them ban the what them do. Them struck down the law for the abortion. See? See? The whole of them out like crazy. So who them are going to kill, from who them are going to destroy, everything, some place them are going to burn down, and them thing then. See? So everything tie in one because you know, great confusion. See? That the scripture says a great confusion will come upon the earth, man. So we're seeing at the time now, man. See? The destruction of this place is nigh. At hand.
And as I speak about confusion, you know, we have so many things that happen throughout. But I say from 2020, see 2020 up till now is a very beautiful time of pertaining to prophecies. And even until this day, people are still confused. But it's not because the answer is not there, but it's because the Heavenly Father is not dealing with the masses. Because truly, everything that basically has gotten done and is to be done has already been prophesied of. And continuously to be prophesied of. Because we're making mention of what happened back then and we're telling of what's about to come now. You know? So really, it's nothing new, it's nothing strange. Yes, it's all in doings of the Lord, man. As brother said, there's a whole lot of confusion out there. Because you have even the men who bring when the Lord used bring the chaos, them themselves basically give out true information and misinformation. And then they have people when them put up a set up to bring out true information, them call them nuts, conspiracy theorists and all type of thing to get the people in a frenzy with them now, you know? Exactly, you know, for trust, they just work with the government. Oh, the government said this, so we're gonna do that. Science, you know. So we have a major, what we call it, confusion or a state of confusion right now. But through this confusion, the elect will rise and be delivered, and that's the beautiful part of it, you know. Okay, go ahead. Who am I chosen? Exactly, you know.
It's a multitude in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
The day of the Lord is near, man. See? And it's clearly, you can see it clearly that the day of the Lord is near. See? Because all of these things, and what the Lord said, measure the time. So we say, how we measure the time when we see these things happen, we know say, the coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, it's near, man. See?
Second 16 and verse 37 says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains come past her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
Because this one. As when the scripture tell us said, hey, when the scripture tell us said, destruction cometh, and they shall seek for peace, but there shall be none.
Brother, on the comment board says shalom.
Shalom. Alright, shalom. So basically, this scripture says, Ezekiel 7:25 says, destruction cometh, but they shall seek peace, but there shall be none. I got rumors upon rumors. Confused. We need to tell them distress upon distress and all of these things, man. See? So basically, we're seeing at that time, man.
The scripture tells us every man with him hands on him. As a woman travailing with child.
And that's not real, you know?
Yeah.
As man have baby.
East side and fuck up science.
Yeah.
Maybe I said that can happen.
Yeah, and that's impossible.
You have to show say, hey, what more evidence you want to say this man are the son of perdition, the man of destruction. Him are the one that oppose everything when even the Father said, man. What more you want to say the so-called white man are the devil, man? That's a loss. See?
Says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
God, so the plagues now slack to come upon the earth, man. And we can see it. Every day, you get up, you read the news. Hey, something terrible out here in Jamaica. No people dying by the masses, man. See? In a different, every year in a parish, you ever see 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 get shot. See? See, when you hear some different type of violence and that type of violence, see, you check in America, the violence in America turn up more than see, violence in America turn up more than ever before. See, all over the world, man. See? Yeah, all kind of different confusion and madness, man.
Stop watching news because nothing good now come from the news and just hear bad news, you know? When I know impending crisis, triple murder, quadruple murder, you know, so all of that. So they should basically stop watching news because she can't take it.
Yeah, yes sir. Yeah, Telegram.
We do a lesson the other day from my channel where basically I said the same thing. There was somebody that left a comment on the comment board and Wian, say name Wian.
Yeah.
Gravitas with Alicia and Indian news. Basically she said the same thing. She said there was a comment, leave, and she's a journalist and it affected her. She said all them report is what's happening in Wuhan, China and pure negative. So she basically explained that look here, the news is a reflection or a mirror of what happens throughout the days and the nights. So only thing she can do is reflect what they must see. No, she said that sometimes them try to find some uplifting news to bring out, but basically them can't find nothing. Because what hit the headline or hit the mainstream, what pop up in the pipeline, big things about Russia, Ukraine, Iran, these, which is prophecy. When you go Matthew 24, the Lord said, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You know, and growing up as a child, with all our parents basically, whether it be your grandparents, some of us live to see our great-grandparents, our great-great-grandparents, and we hear them quoting that scripture. So now it is happening, how then you people gonna basically look at it like, you know, sideways like, you know, you basically, give me Luke chapter 12 verse 56, we can start 50, I think it's 53, you know, 50 protection, I'm gonna get back, you know, 54, yeah.
Alright, this is Luke 12 and 54, it said, and he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it shall come to pass. The hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye cannot discern the sky?
And you know, something just revealed to me. What did the Lord say, ye hypocrites? You know why the Lord said that? Because we know that the same Lord put upon you what? The spirit of deep sleep.
God.
But what just come to me in the spirit is that the Lord said, there's a reason why the Lord called the hypocrites. Oh, you can't discern this time. You know why? Just as how I mean, use the examples in and around you every day. When the south wind blow, you know there's gonna be heat. You know, or in Jamaica here, you know, if you see over there so start dark about the east, you know, we don't say rain will come. We can mark that. So it is things where in and around us where affect us, so-called. That's why the Lord used that terminology for understanding. In other words, aren't you the ones that are using whatever currency being provided in your place of stay or in your country? Yeah? So how is it that you're using that currency and it's devaluating and you have to be paying more money, but yet still you cannot discern that there's going to be a hyperinflation, an economic collapse? That's the reason why the Lord called you hypocrites, because you are the ones who actually handle the money. You are the ones that in and around the society, you're feeling it and you are crying about it. Yeah? So why is it that you can't discern in the spirit that look here? You know, this is the time of the Lord because these things are written in the Holy Scriptures, man. You know, it fully makes sense to me now, you know?
Not only that, you see me, it obvious out here, you see me, like, people are put it out because when we just started the 2019, we in a taxi. And some economic analysis they on the radio speak, and he must say, you are three things in life. Sure, life, death, and an economic recession. And on the radio, I'm just say, oh, people are hearing this, that from 2019.
Exactly.
Even from then, you have this sign with BOJ say slow and steady inflation. It's the price the economy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You see that? So you can clearly see, as the brothers now use examples, these things will happen right now. We are the ones that we basically invest our time and energy in it. In somewhere, somehow. But you see, you niggas, man, you just spend money, you just say, oh, you work and collect. You have some men when they go to the campus and them collect money. Like for example, a couple years back you collect, let's say you collect 100 US, you get 10,000 Jamaican dollars. Now you get 15. And him feel good. Because to him get more. But in the understand say, oh, it's the depreciation of the dollar. Why he must get more, which shows that the spending or the purchasing power of the dollar depreciates. So that means that we're in trouble. That's the reason why the Lord call you hypocrites. And how is it that you cannot discern this time? Because if it be that you took, if it give me Daniel 12 when it says knowledge shall increase. If it be you go on the very phone, the computer, see the Heavenly Father give everybody that device, because right now you can't even use banger again in certain places. You have to have some form of technologically advanced phone. If you go on that device, that computer, and you type something in to try to learn, you're gonna read and then it's gonna lead you to somewhere, then it's gonna lead you to somewhere, and then ultimately, you'll get some understanding. So that's the reason why the Lord call your asses hypocrites, man.
God. Daniel 12 and verse 4 says, but though Daniel shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
And this is the end. This is the time of the end. And we can say many are run to and fro now. And the knowledge has been increased every day. Well, fruit, exactly. And we can see fruit being beared all over the planet Earth. All over the planet Earth. In a strange lands. You have men who actually are walking. You see up here standing in the scripture speak about some being awoken to everlasting life and some being awoken to everlasting shame and contempt. So at the end of the day, people are getting awoken up. So there's no excuse in not preparing spiritually for the judgment that's coming. For anybody, you know? Thank you now.
Verse 5 says, then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other
No, you're not going further. Whatever we have.
You don't be able to say fix. Second edition.
But in 2 Corinthians 16 and verse 39, it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
And that's why a lot of you people keep on wondering what's going on across the world. That's why a lot of you not watching the news. Because it's bad. I come upon it by every side, pangs and sorrows.
Not because you turn a blind eye to it, that doesn't mean it don't happen. It will affect you. Just as how the economy affect you, and only thing you can do for yourself is curse your damn leaders. But you don't try to understand the roots of it. Yes, the leaders are wicked. We agree, we understand. But at the same time, there is the wicked that's pulling their strings. And the wicked is the so-called white man. The elites among them, the ones like the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller. Not the Bill Gates, not the Jeff Bezos, not the Elon Musk. They are just puppets for these men. You have to understand how these things work in its perfection. You have to understand. Hey, see that's the reason why. That's the reason why I personally respect Michael Manley. I don't believe in modern politics, but Michael Manley deserves my respect. Reason being, you know, him come out and him always a teach. Him say you can't be a socialist if you're not studying. You must study. He always come out and say you must study. Because Michael Manley is a man who try as best as possible to educate his people of what is going on in this country and of the outside influence that basically they're going to use to take down the little island, to the point now where we see men like Mark Golding stand up in Parliament now and basically speak out against the opposition. At the time, which is the government now, the JP, that they bring forth CIA in the country to start a civil uprising. You know, Mark Golding said that in the House of Representatives, man. I know they want to put him for money. You understand? Since this man basically educate the people, the leaders, in no matter which party, you understand, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one it is. It's all about gain and money. It's not about for the people to do righteously. Every man for them won't gain, as the scripture says, man. You know? Exactly, you know? Exactly, as the brother make a beautiful scripture point. What kind of shepherd they are, and I run them the flock, they are hirelings. Yeah? They are hirelings. It's not their shepherd. It's not their sheep, Salakia. You know, bring what we have.
This is Isaiah 1:23. Said that princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and followeth after rewards.
That's the reason why you can come up and say there's no lightweight on the world stage. Yeah? Because you're in so much bed with your lovers.
Right, man.
You're in bed with your lovers. So you would think that, you know, everything's good because the crumb's sweet. But let me say this, Sri Lanka is a better economic country overall than Jamaica, and it's failed, or it has failed. Yo, brother, it actually failed. No? You know, them say, boy, and them are Russian fuel, and them are Russian all different type of things in Sri Lanka. What do you think are going to happen to Jamaica?
Germany, I talk about shower. People, never cut shower time. Like
all right.
People, water.
Exactly.
Yes, countries like Germany.
Germany, exactly.
Germany is a big economy, man.
Exactly, I must speak that. India cut tea.
Venezuela was a big producer of oil.
Exactly.
Venezuela economy was rich.
And look what going on.
One day we are looking for video where Venezuela and fight for one marker for one bone.
Bone, yeah.
Because famine are going on.
Exactly. What you think are going to happen right here? What do you think really is going to happen right here? If, Jamaica, the island and the sun, we're blessed. You know, because you have some people that say, our national anthem is the only anthem that's a prayer. We are blessed. Eternal Father. Yeah, we're most. And that's the reason why you're going to get knocked. Give me, not to cut you. Give me Jeremiah 5 verse 1, man. Baba Kosha. Let me jump back to that scripture where you have. Yeah? Jeremiah 5 verse 1. We're going to show you why you're going to get beaten by the Lord, man. Why the chasing of the Lord must come. Will come and have to come. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 5:1. It says, run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem.
This is the streets of Jerusalem. You people. Jerusalem from the Hebrew Yerushalayim, which means city of peace. The city is a people, really. You know, and the people build the actual setup of the city. You know, go ahead.
And see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof. If ye can find a man, if there be any, that executed judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
Yeah, and we do that. You know, we come out here and we teach, we say, ooh, I'm going to accept the truth. Go ahead.
And though they say, Lord, live it.
Yeah, because enough people come prophesy, oh, yeah, man, God, real man, a real thing, man, I talk about. Said, though they say, the Most High live it, go ahead.
Surely they swear falsely.
And you swear falsely. Because whenever we bring what you're supposed to be doing, you find it as burden. That's why the scripture said, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. It's a burden. Because you're saying that the way of the Lord is not equal. But your ways are not equal. The Lord's ways is equal. Stop eating pork and it what?
All the
rope pork sheep, all the rope you eat. You know? And all them something, you know, you find every excuse there is to continue in sin. All the mud where they have, we show you how rebellious you people are. But that's cool. That's cool. The Heavenly Father know how to humble a nigga, man. Voice to the evil, yeah. You know, we're going to see. We're going to see if you did actually believe in the Most High. You know, go ahead, continue.
Oh Lord, are not the eyes upon the truth.
Or are not thine eyes upon the truth. Because day in, day out, the angels of the Lord see everything that you people been doing. Everything. Literally, everything. They're here. They are here, man. And they're taking records. Go ahead.
They was stricken them, but they have not grieved.
The last time stricken you, and you don't grieve. Go ahead.
They was consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction.
Hey, dearly Heavenly Father, flick your love one double, but yet still, you refuse to receive the correction that He is giving. Go ahead.
They have made their face harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Therefore I say, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the ways of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power.
Now the judgment of your God, you don't know it. So in other words, the Lord say you're foolish. Yeah? You're foolish. Such children. Here, the Heavenly Father out here, you know, giving you all the free information that you need for salvation. But you'd find everything else otherwise from that to occupy your time. And the prophecies are hiking up daily. You know, the prophecies that must steam up. 2022, the year of our Lord turning up. Everything will turn up prophetically. And we hear major companies like Wells Fargo I say, yo, 2023 is the year of recession for America. We hear when you again, Klaus Schwab basically are telling about a food chain supply disruption.
That means a famine.
Yeah, famine is coming. Stuff like that. See, and here we are reporting it to you and filtering it through the scriptures, and you will do everything else to sidestep what we're saying. But don't worry yourself. The Heavenly Father is going to prove your works, man. Because the Lord say, oh, He will come and He will give every man according as Him work this, man. Go ahead, go this story now, go ahead.
Isaiah 1:24 said, therefore said the Lord of hosts, mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of my enemies, and I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away thy fins, and I will restore thy judges as at the first.
And this is the judges being restored, man. Go ahead.
And thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterwards,
I would stop breathing if you told me to. Now you're busy loving someone else. We never did.
and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterwards, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city.
Yeah, and that's what we want. You know? That rest that was promised to our fathers, man. That's what we want. You know?
Now, say, maybe you know the mind.
Or we become a degenerate by them.
Yeah. So we want to go back to being that know the mind, man. See?
This place is done.
Yeah.
Huh? It's true. Where's where? You just want to talk about the scripture. You have a scripture? Somebody made us speak about our scripture.
Come to bring it.
Isaiah 1 and 23 that we know.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 10 and verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
That's the reason why Obama came here. We have so many issues. When Obama came here a couple of years back, you notice when he comes to speak about alphabet community and not hating them and legalizing it. Because that's who they are. You know? That's who they are. So it don't surprise us when we see men like the brown dog behave a certain way. You know why? That's who his leader is. So he has to be that way. You know, when Bruce Golding was asked, you know what I'm saying? Not in my cabinet. This man saying a film cabinet, yes. You know? Him have the balls. Pick up on the world stage and say not in my cabinet. You don't have that. Exactly. You don't have that in it. Hey, Kanjo, I dare you. You don't have that. You know, spirit. Pick up, do that on the world scene and tell them, say, yo, not in my cabinet. That's not in you. Yeah, and you're on the light here. That's not in you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know?
Believe a team alone, everyone is lost the past.
Right now, in Jamaica, your pastors, we have a wet 2 men in Jamaica right now. And it happened a lot in Portland. I tried it. It happened a lot. Where men, you know some man here so know that? They come in at the paper. Right. People from outside the parish, I see that. And I look out against it. And we, when the commoners don't know that. You know, coming at the paper and people are lick up, but they don't understand so that they kind of, you know, them tourists in sort area. But nevertheless, I still Portland and it happened. Yeah? So the judgment still a go. You know?
What? Says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
And that's Yahweh Shai. You know, and in due time Yahweh Shai is gonna have this man. And King David. And they're elect men. And the Lord is elect men. You know? One that's profitable. And he say, oh, the city basically are gonna be inhabited. Because in the city, we see that the scriptures speak about the kingdom of heaven. We never put fluoride in the water. We never poison the oxygen. We never genetically modified foods. And have people as well dying from obesity and all this shit. Cancer. You know, find them something here in the kingdom to come. This is the kingdom where all these things happen, where organs and failure.
The valley of the shadow of death.
The valley of the shadow of death. Psalms 23. Here is the valley of the shadow of death. When you read it, because a lot of you can regurgitate it, but you don't know where is the valley of the shadow of death. Over here in the Americas, man, scriptures speak about gross darkness covering your people. Yo, a man not even want to get rid of common cold again to blood clean. And cold. Kill it with pill and for them type of medicine. What such thing as a cold, a man don't understand how to get rid of it again. And there are herbs that put on this land to get rid of things, some quicker than some.
Right. The herbs of the field.
You know, some simple little things. Men, though, as the brother mentioned one night, you have men who actually cut off the limb with them sit down for now. Them sit down outside of the limb and them are cut you off now. Those dumb and stupid people has become. You know, let me see the other day, I see a girl shoot a man. I have an next female recording. Shoot a man, and then I say, oh, don't put the shit on Instagram.
And they go live already.
And then the next girl did this when never shoot.
As we kiss.
I don't see that one step. Yeah? You have on the internet. See it?
Isaiah 4 and 6 says, my people are destroyed, block and knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Hey, the Lord said, because you reject knowledge, the Lord said, reject you, boy.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the laws of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Yeah, the Lord said, don't forget your children, because you forgot the laws of your power. I'm going to forget it. So in other words, we are a bunch and or forget, neglect. Lord, neglect these people. But thanks be to Yahushua for his ultimate sacrifice, his blood that he has sacrificed for us to basically return.
Isaiah 1:3 said, ox know it is
owner, the asset master's kept.
Isaiah 1:3 said, ox know it is owner, ass his master's crib, but Israel do it not know, my people do it not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, the seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away backwards.
They're going away backwards. Everything, everything that was taboo, that's become the norm, bro. Back in the days, a gunman never want you to know some a gunman. A man will step and do things that road. You don't want nobody know. In fret. Yeah, you see me? Nowadays, the man will record themselves and put themselves up as targets. Yo, how much stupid you people can get, man. How much stupid, yo. And then at the same idiot, they can tell us Vybz Kartel smart and white and wise and bright. I never know, sorry, I'm never wise enough to know, say, as an assassin, I say a fool and a smartphone are the worst combination. Yeah? But it's sure who you people look up to, and to be your light, to be your beacon of light. And these men, they have not the light. As the brother has been quoting the scriptures, man, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Light is the true light is when one can basically work out and assess situation and make a spiritual judgment on it correctly. That is true, the true light. And the true light is Yahushua. So in other words, you're gonna use Yahushua to assess your everyday actions and thoughts. Very, very serious, man. It's very, very serious. Wherever. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are such as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
Yeah, as I mentioned, even Vybz Kartel a while ago. Him commit a crime and get prosecuted, right?
Yeah.
And majority of the people in Jamaica still a go about 3 words.
Yeah. For sure.
An ex-criminal, a common man, do you see everything now?
Them say hang him or what?
Yeah, them love Pharaoh. And the same people say, we miss the cucumbers of Egypt. They miss the whip cross them back. You know? The man come out and say, oh, Jamaica people are sheep and they just want to be led. And let me say this to you for him, Scott, man. Yo, because the Heavenly Father, I couldn't see a video still. Let me say something to you, man. The Heavenly Father, humble your heart, put you in the perfect place, because that was too sweet. You know? Man, make you, stay behind themselves in the heat, man. Judge you for all the wicked. And you are the one that care. You are, what we shall call you, you are the gateway to fuck with a dance hall, brother. See? Let me say that. You are the gateway for every nastiness we are get pushing at them music here. Not that crap never that push on before. But you come and you make certain say everybody accept every nasty, decrepit, defiled way. What you think the Heavenly Father is gonna do with you? Yeah? Give me Ezekiel 14. He said, if a prophet be deceived, I the Lord deceive that prophet, man. See? What do you think is gonna happen to you? Exactly, because they want the wicked, they want them own. The scripture says the world cannot hate you what me hated. You know? They want them own. You know?
But when the cockroach, man, the light shine from them, they run.
Exactly. You know?
Ezekiel 14 and verse 9, it says, and if the prophet be deceived, when he had spoken a thing, I the Lord had deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel.
Go ahead.
they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
So all of you that seek it unto Vybz Kartel, guess what you're going to do? You're going to bear that punishment as well. Yeah? All of you that can show, oh, yeah, seal is seal. Seal is seal. Yeah? All of you, man. And I'm just going to use him as an example. Because I know him alone. Because when the politicians they come out here, so I set up, I call it main event stage. Out here, ram. You don't think I'm back in a room at the Coliseum. Yeah? Out here, ram. I remember a couple of years back, we passed one. You know, there's a brother in the camp. Him lady back then. Know what the brother stand for, but she and her family are PNP from root. You know? And Portia Simple Miller was out here and say, oh, make a light bill go down, and everybody say, yeah. And she was standing across the street and jump on her. Make a gas bill go down. And there was no one to hold her accountable because from she come off on the stage and continued to go up. Until now. Nobody was there to hold her accountable.
Hey.
Accountability is a big thing in the society where it's lacking, man.
Hey, look what Bro God said.
Yeah.
Bro God said when you come in a power,
Yes,
you
people
can't
don't
sleep
know
with the door open.
Yeah.
No, you can't even sleep with your eyes closed.
Close, exactly. Exactly. See, we are, it's out and but the thing is, people start point out, you have certain people who point out, say, brother, this is what you said, and this is what is happening. And you know, really, that is not even the people, that's the Lord. That's the Lord that put in spirit upon all flesh, man. We get these prophecies to speed up, you know? So people can back up against them in the right time, you know? Belly, yeah. And now it's a prosperity. And then the funny thing is, the bitter medicine is here.
Right.
But if you listen to these men, the punishment of the prophet, you will receive it as well. You know? The scripture said about the righteous man, say, oh, he that receiveth the prophet in the name of the prophet shall get a prophet's reward. So if they're going to receive you in deception, they're going to get them beat, but you're going to get them beaten as well, because that's what you choose. You know, give me Micah 2 verse 11 of a question. Micah 2 verse 11.
Alright, this is Micah 2 verse 11. It says, if a man walking in the spirit and falls into lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people.
Even he shall be the prophet. So, you know, basically the amount of prophet where they are now. All different type of man, all different type of people. From all walks of life, men are prophesy, yeah?
So I'm telling you, there shall become false prophets.
The brother from Elam. Now Elam might look in nigger them man, where basically always talk like a wise man. The brother talk man and say, oh, you don't own your children. The brother man, I say the earth is overpopulated. The brother man has a talk like himself. High in wisdom. Yeah. Even that man becomes a prophet now. Yeah?
At one point, I think he must be go following some.
Oh, there's a whole lot of prophets. But only the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall stand. You know? There are some scriptures.
Jeremiah 23 verse 1 says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
Exactly. Last man visit upon you the evil of your doings. And it happened. It happened. You see a couple councillors get taken out, a couple get taken out, you know, and more to come. Whatever we are the serpent's poison. Yeah? Don't worry yourself, many more to come and get taken out, man. you just wait. Remember 2022, the year of the Lord's turning up, man. Everything will get turned up. Judgment will get turned up. You know, the wisdom of the Lord will get turned up. Brothers will get turned up. Everything will get turned up. You know, famine will get turned up.
You people that have talked about the time hot.
Time hot.
And the summer just
All the
start.
heat will get turned up. Everything will get turned up, man.
Wait till the light cut off. Blackout. Wait till the light go out. You can't get the fan to turn on.
You're living at the river.
Yeah. Yeah, because that time is coming. The time of the lights going out.
Blackout. Blackout.
Yeah.
And this is Ezekiel 13 verse 3. Said, thus saith Yahweh, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing.
And I've seen nothing. Yeah?
So, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither have made up the edge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
Yeah, because first thing first, you not even educate the people about the battle that's going to come.
A lot about the battle in the second year that
Yeah.
16 and
Make you ready to the
to
battle.
die battle.
Yeah.
And in those days, even as pilgrims up on the
Alright,
earth.
yeah, them not deal with the battle. Them not deal with everything else separate from the battle of the Lord, man. You know? Hey, as I say, you people are in for a rude awakening.
That's right, man.
Very, very rude awakening. And it's gonna catch up. The majority are like a thief in the night. That's why we don't lose sleep over people, man. Things that affect us when people want to say we don't really care about regular things like that, you know? Scripture say remove from the what? Mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. See, we're not gonna be burdened down by, you know, the everyday life and the emotions of the society.
If we actually lose sleep, we lose sleep being the watchman of the heavenly
Father,
Father.
exactly.
Because being a watchman, you have to up, looking out for things that's going on across the world at night. Yeah, you know?
Definitely.
Hey, watching the news constantly, seeing what's going on in the news, man. That's the only thing we actually lose sleep over.
Exactly.
Not that.
And then we have a network where brothers share certain information, so it becomes even easier.
Done.
Because, you know, some brothers in a certain time zone can send it off and it comes. It trickles all the way down, man. You know, the Heavenly Father make proper preparation for the gospel to be brought out, you know? Go ahead.
So they have seen vanity and lying divination.
Line divination, man. And that's all these prophecies, man. Talking about prosperity. See? Like your prime minister, your current prime minister right now. See? That's why I bring the prosperity doctrine to you. Because you see that, hey, you shun the bitter medicine. But no matter, even if you shun it, it still come around back to you.
Yeah. But the bitter medicine is here.
Yeah.
The only thing is, them are boil more herbs. I put in the pot different type of bitter.
Bitters, yeah.
Bitters put in the pot. All sulfur bitters in the pot. You know? So unlike it's a far-fetched thing, it's here. You know, it's here.
Yeah, a lot of them go take the bitter medicine what they eat.
Exactly.
Real bitter medicine.
And it end up bitter to them because some of them can't have problems to even lift up them arm.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of you have a problem to actually work your arm. You know?
A lot of these women have serious menstrual problems.
Yep. And miscarriage and all type of things. But that's good. You was warned because you never get alerted in not taking that shit. You know? And the scripture says for rebellion is as what? The sick of witchcraft. So if you want to rebel, then you know, good riddance, man. See? Yeah, what else have?
We'll continue.
Yeah,
It
go ahead.
says, saying, Yahweh said, and the Lord had not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word.
Leaders of this people cause them to hear, and they that are led of them are destroyed. See? Yes. So these people, these people that get set up over you, when they prepare you for the day of the battle of the Lord, see? They tell you the things them that are to come over the earth. See? Then we're talking to you about basically, hey, there's gonna be a better tomorrow. See? Like, you know, they will push them on CBDC, the digital currency. It's gonna be a better way to conduct business or whatever, man. But them not tell you the trap behind it, man. See? And that's what we out here to do. As the scripture says, the Lord has made us a watchman unto the house of Israel. See? We come out here to give them warning, give you warning from the Lord Jehovah Shai. Your leader's not giving you warning. See? They might lead you further and further in a trap. That's it.
He said, have you not seen a vain vision, and have you not spoken a lying divination? Whereas he said, Yahweh said, albeit I have not spoken. He said, thus.
Because a lot of, even them pastors, not them pastors in them church, so-called churches where them have them scripture refer to them as all at houses. See? A lot of them come out and them say the Lord said this, the Lord said that. See? And hey, we're not saying the words with them and say, but them say the Lord say I come to pass. Hey, what we out here speaking coming to pass. See? Continue.
He said, therefore, thus said Yahweh, because ye have spoken vanity and have seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, said the Lord.
Yeah, he spoke in vanities and seen lies.
Well, let me know, brother.
You're lying to the Lord's people, man. See? You're telling them a bunch of lies,
Things that will not go happen.
things that are not profitable to them, man. See? In the time to come.
Like the minister, the economy, brother, there. Agriculture come out and said no food shortage now in Jamaica.
Easier than my people like
Yeah.
when you have a article before that tell you say Jamaica is a face food shortage and what face words a single mother.
Exactly.
When an article
I
from
said that.
the UN come
I
out
said
and
that.
say that.
Yeah.
There are studies with them show. You see
Yeah, but the regular man supposed to can't see it. That's why the Lord said the Lord call you hypocrite, so can you discern this time? Because the regular man can't see virgin, and even if the food is there, we can still short because if you don't have the finances to get it.
Hey.
So you know?
Hey, we can add to it also too. You see, most people when they talk about the food shortage and stuff like that, them come to think that, you know, they're going to see shelves empty, you know, and that's not the first stage of food shortage.
Exactly.
The first stage is when there's a hike in the price because a lot of people down at the lower
Exactly.
the lower bottom at the social strata. You see me? Them can't afford it. Them can't afford the basic food that they need.
Exactly.
You understand? So the price alone put it out of the range. They can't access it.
Right, man.
You understand?
The
And
price is
then
too much.
you know that usually spin off and trickle in a whole heap of other different areas in that a lot of those people, there's no the demand is there, but them can't afford to keep supplying it because the cost is going up as well.
Plus, yeah, exactly. Plus people not buying it.
Exactly. So now make no profit.
Exactly.
People can't eat good food, so basically, they might become malnourished after a time. See? And that's the one that first stage I even famine coming into it.
Hey, bro, hey. The time we are in it's terrible. Go ahead.
That's 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 1 says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, we have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as shall fail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Definitely. Definitely. Because how can you escape when basically wasn't watching? And it's not like this famine come by a natural cause. It's by design, man.
We see it. Even hide it himself, man.
The simple pastor and our punish.
Them now do the two things. Them now watch themselves to flee from the danger.
Exactly.
And them now listen to the people who are watching.
Exactly. Yeah. So how then can they basically help themselves? Look at themselves. Can't help themselves, you know? Because guess what? You want to watch it. Yeah.
You're not listening to the watchmen.
You're not listening to me either. So you say you cannot get the brace for the impact.
God, hey, we're not the off bad weather report.
Yeah, actually it's a good report.
That's a good weather report.
Yeah, that will, you know,
We're prepared for the storm.
when the report when I was there, Evan Thompson. There was a year when Evan Thompson reports hurricane had come. And the people in Bible, so over something in the come, they would have slaughtered Evan Thompson. But if it did come on in the report, guess what? They would have slaughtered, you know?
Yeah. So basically, hey.
You're damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. You can't please these people. That's why the Lord says wisdom is justified for her children. You fuck people, man. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 31. Behold, I am against the prophets, say the Lord, that use their tongues and say, He said. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord, and do tell them. Saith the Lord, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit these people at all, saith the Lord.
Hey, you're not going to profit these people. None of you are going to profit these people. You know, you're set for the turmoil, you know, the down spiraling, and everything that's bad and negative. For these people, you know, first thing first, you let the people know that you're the biblical Israelites. When I see them push out that vibration, only the ones that subscribe to Israel are going to do that.
That's true.
Which is Isaiah 44. So we're going to surname ourselves as Israel. So nobody else out here do that. You know, we see, we come out of man try and run like when Akin come and say, never give up the fight, come on here an Israelite. But what else after that? You don't see me push the vibration in. You know? Push the vibration. Yeah?
Since I do it to the so-called Jamaicans are telling some Israelite too.
Since that I'm mad man, yeah, man. Since I'm confused as fuck. You know, I'm an African, I'm a this man. I'm speak the Hebrew, man. Since I'm confused.
Hey, saying that you're Israelite is not even half the journey, man.
But you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah,
that's the first thing you have to do.
That's even half the journey because, hey, an Israelite doesn't stop you from being the judge, the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Because at the end of the day, you know, faith in your Yahweh, you know what I mean? That's what basically is going to pull the true, man. The ones that the Lord of mercy on, which is his elect, you know. And the elect basically, you know, have a specific function, you know. So I'm going to say my Israelite, it doesn't mean that he's the elect, man. You know. Going back 15 years, going back to the old covenant, all the people that know them are Israelites, all the people that was there with Moses that perished, you know what I mean? Ones that perish in the wilderness, you know, the one that perish when Jerusalem gets stuck in 70 AD, around about that time, you know, all them did know that my Israelite, you know, and at the time of the Maccabees, all them did know my Israelites, you know, but hey, it doesn't stop the Lord's judgment because you have a certain requirement, you know, in order to basically, you know, be under the grace of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. You know?
Romans chapter 10, verse 1. It says, Brethren, my heart desires and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved.
Right.
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh.
There was zeal of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh,
but not according to knowledge.
Not according to knowledge, man. You know? Yeah, when people would jump up and, you know, praise the Lord every day, praise the Lord. Hey, I'm speaking even about some of these people that basically wake up to my Israelites, you know what I mean, among these camps, you know, all shouting, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, and even them were basically still calling on Christ. You know, still not gonna make it, man. The Lord say, when it come, many are gonna say, haven't been prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils, and do many wonderful works. And also what? Depart from me, I know you're not, man. You know what I mean? So the journey is not yet met. Are you acknowledge that you are Israelite and, you know, coming out with it? Can't help, man. Remember that?
For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness.
Right, so there's a righteousness that, you know, you have to partake it. You know, and it's not of an evil works, man. The Lord himself will put that spirit on you to do that form of righteousness. And that righteousness, you know, is the righteousness of Abraham. You know what I mean? And the righteousness of many other men who believe the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. You know what I mean? Which basically come into faith, man. It's faith in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. You know what I mean? Not of works that any man should boast. You know, because someone on boasting on the law. You know? That's the means where you're gonna be delivered, man. You know what I mean? What?
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
So a lot of these people coming up say that there is like going about what?
To establish your own righteousness.
Going about establish them own righteousness, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, go on.
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
Which is the law of faith. You know? Man out here be one thinking that them can do the law perfectly. You know what I mean? You can't. Just can't, man. You know? What we do out here when we rehearse the righteous acts. You know, at the moment you say you're keeping the laws, man, the Lord is going to hold you to that. You know, yeah, alright, man, I'll keep the law, yeah. You know? Hey, a matter of fact, the scripture say, oh, swear not at all, man. You know? Say, you're going to give the Lord your word that you will keep the laws, then. And you can't. You know what I mean? Because the flesh will falter, man. You know? You can pray the Lord that the Lord bring you through to the righteousness, but it's not up to your strength. The Lord will give you that strength to basically hold firm to what you hold firm to. And then again, I will say, it's rehearsing. It's rehearsal. You know? We have to do this thing more perfectly coming into the kingdom. You know? Perfect way. Yeah?
This is Romans 3 verse 27 says, where is boasting then?
Right.
It is excluded.
Where is boasting then? It's excluded. Yeah, me do this, that's why I get saved. No, brother. The Lord never allow that to happen. The way how you're going to be saved is through mercy. Right?
You are saved by grace through faith.
Mercy, the Lord's going to have mercy on you. You know? So the Lord's grace, that's how you're going to make it through, man. You know? Not because you did do some things where the Lord find favor in the things that we do. Because at the end of the day, the Lord is the one who put every type of spirit that is on a man. And whatever work he's going to do. You know? If a man out there, I'm going to do some evil work, the Lord put that spirit on him. That he can reap the benefits of doing the evil works, man. You know, full of the judgment. You know, so the Lord do that the judgment can be fulfilled, man. Yeah? And the judgment can be fulfilled. You know? And the man that do righteousness, the Lord put a spirit on him to do righteousness at any given point when he do it. You know what I mean? So a man can't say, yo, me have my own strength for this thing. You know, your own strength can't do nothing. Yeah.
The of the heart and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
Go on, brother.
So by what law? Works? So nay. By the law of faith.
By the law of faith. That's how a man will make it, man. Believing. And the spirit of believing come from the Lord, you know, come from even you. Okay? All thoughts and intents of the heart, man, coming from the Lord, man. You know, Proverbs 16:1 make you know. And the preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Yeah? So the Lord already have him elect, well set out. You know what I mean? And nothing can change that. You know? It's preordained, it's predestined, man. You know?
So therefore, we conclude that the man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law.
Right, so a man justified by faith without the deeds of the law, like Abraham. You know what I mean?
Pretty
Yeah. Go on.
Judges chapter 5 verse 11. they that are delivered from the noise of the arches in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
What is the place of drawing water? What drawing water represent? Going back to what? Hewers of wood and drawing water meaning slavery. Yeah? So never get delivered from the archers at the time where Israel get enslaved. And what archers are talking about? They're talking about the ICBM missiles, man. You know? So in the middle of World War III, those that get delivered, you know, from a destruction that coming to the World War III, what's going to happen?
Here shall they rehearse the righteous acts.
Right, so right here, the place of drawing waters, man, the land of our captivity, we're going to what? Rehearse the righteous acts. Rehearse. Because we have the actual event coming up. And that actual event is in the kingdom, man. We're going to do this thing perfectly. Yeah?
Because of the Lord. So now move the stone heart.
Yeah, the Lord himself, I can't, brother, the Lord himself said, I'm going to remove that stony heart and put in a what? A heart of flesh. That is prophecy, man. And it's going to fulfill the way all the Lord said it's going to fulfill. You know, what, brother?
There they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Another precept.
This is Ephesians 2 and verse 8 says, for by grace are ye saved through faith.
So by grace we saved through what? Faith. You know, over and over, you know, the Lord, you know, make sure, you know, the scripture over and over that, you know, it can enter down in the ears because a man can't grasp the fact that, look, man, this is how you're going to make it. See me? And when it's going to become more apparent that faith is the only way, because the Lord is going to bring situation upon each and everyone in the judgment, you know. The Lord is going to bring a situation where you have to exercise faith. You know what I mean? Situations where you can't pull your neck from. You know what I mean? Situation where it seems as if there is no way out. And then you have to exercise faith in the Lord, man, knowing that the Lord delivers, man. And if you never believe that from start, you know what I mean? Going into that day, oh brother. Oh brother, if I can't believe that the Lord can do something for you, strongly believe in that right now, going into that day, it's going to work out. You know? And this is why prayer, praying. You know what I mean? Praying. You know, the apostles have always encouraged brothers to pray, man. Constantly praying, man. You know, because it's a true prayer. You know, things get done that can build your faith up, man. And to pray the Lord and the Lord come true for you, you're more certain that the Lord will come true for you. So your faith is more stronger. You know what I mean? If you never lean upon the Lord before, and the Lord assist you in our process, or strengthen in our process, how do you know that the Lord strengthens, man? How do you know that the Lord will help you? You know what I mean? So it's good. Pray. You know what I mean? Make the thing become practical. Make the Lord deliver you from something, man. Pray. Keep deliver you, man. Oftentimes, brothers try to tell themselves that they can pull themselves out of a situation by themselves. You know what I mean? Brother be going through things, not consulting with the brotherhood. You know what I mean? That brothers can bear one another's burden. That's what scripture say. Let us bear one another's burden, man. You know what I mean? These are things that you're supposed to exercise yourself in. You know what I mean? That when the day come, in the mind, you're more sure. You know what I mean? Because you've been through the experience. You know, which basically add. You know, it add merit to your faith, man. Yeah? Growth, you know, growth itself also add merit to your faith. Because, you know, receiving more, you know, in this truth when the Lord give you more, it's evident that, look, man, this thing is so real, man. Because once here our elder say, oh, look, having this word is like this spiritual power, man. And that's true. Because you see, you get it so easy, but when you look at other people walking by and they try to break it down as best as I can for them to get it and them can't get it, they realize that this is a cut. What the Lord did for you is a cut above the rest, man. You know what I mean? So when I acknowledge that, you say, oh, damn it, man, this is powerful. You know what I mean? When you can bring out this thing and you confound others, man. You know what I mean? Others can't gainsay and resist. Then you know that, look, man, this thing serious. What other over the years we've been doing this thing, the Lord tests the foundation of this many times that brothers can have great faith in the word itself, because you have the unconscious movement come up against this thing. You have Christians come up against this. All type of people come up against this thing, man. And still coming up. The Lord undefeated. The truth undefeated, man. So you know what I do? That give you more strength. You know that, look, man, hey, one thing you know for sure, that this thing, it's undefeated when they come on to every other knowledge base on this earth, man. You know what I mean? So that's supposed to give you more oof, for whatsoever else it tell us is laid up in store for you, because the Lord come through with one thing, I'm gonna come through with the rest. You know what I mean? Come on, brother.
Romans chapter 11 verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which it seeketh for.
Right.
But the election had obtained it.
The election obtained. The election obtained the mercies of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. And it's funny, the word, use the word elect. We have elect, the rest is what? The reject, man. You know what I mean? So all who out there believe that the Lord is not partial, the Lord is partial, man. So if you have a set of people who are the reject, who am I to make them become the elect? Now there are people out there in Israel saying that, why we do the thing we do it? You know what I mean? We want everybody to come together as one. We want to wake up the whole of Israel. No, the Lord never said that, man. The Lord never elect. And the Lord also have a reject. The reject, and no matter what you do, you can't make them a part of the elect. Eh? Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how it is, man. So the election had obtained it, and what? The rest were what?
And the rest were blinded.
And the rest were blinded, man. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put a spirit of blindness upon them. Who is I? Change that. You know what I mean? Hey, the earlier years we come out here and we see people reject the truth. I was so passionate about this thing where I say, yo, why Jake can't get this thing? You know what I mean? But as a grower, you realize that the Lord doesn't deal with everybody. The Lord just not dealing with everybody, man. And you learn to accept that. So when you see a nigga going about his ways right now, it don't really affect you. You know what I mean? Once it's not a part of the elect, hey, just do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Just like what the Lord tell Judas. The Lord say, yo, what I'm going to do, that is listed of you. So a Negro out here that is not a part of the elect, guess what? What I'm going to do, what is listed on you to do, of you to do. Like Negroes behind the comment board, scarfing, that's your lot. And the reward for doing so is also a part of your lot. So I'm not out here to prevent a man from coming into his lot. I can't prevent a man from coming in his lot. You know what I mean? The Lord set you up for that. You know what I mean? And there is nothing can change it. Least be you're of the elect. If you're not, you're going to continue down the path of scarfing. You know what I mean? Till the Lord take your ass out. You know? Whatsoever way.
According as it is written, Yahweh had given them the spirit of slumber,
Spirit of deep sleep, man. What?
eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not
and
hear.
please note, eyes that they may not see and the ears that they may not hear. This is what this is the sentiment of the Lord. Yahweh, Yahweh, when he was on the scene, you know, every time he speak, him say what? Every time he speak, give me Matthew 13. Every time he speak, him say what? Whosoever have an ear to hear, let him hear. Because in fact, everyone does not have an ear to hear because the Lord what? Blind some and deaf them. You know what I mean? Don't last the one we are having up. You know? Give me Matthew 13. 10
and 11.
Yeah. Remember
This is Matthew 13 and verse 10.
Right.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in
Right,
parables?
so it was a deliberate thing that the Lord speak in a way that is not easily understood by the general mass of Israel. You know? So the apostle asked him, Why speakest thou to them? What?
He answered and said unto them,
Right.
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, so elect, because the apostles there is also a part of the elect. He said it's given unto them, you know what I mean, and it go broad for the rest of the elect. To what? No, the mysteries. Mark them key words here. A mystery. What is a mystery? You know?
Something hidden.
Something hidden, man. So, this truth is hidden from a lot of people. And it is deliberately done. And the Lord here is facilitating that idea by speaking in code. Speaking in ways that people cannot understand. And explain it and give the understanding to his apostles, the apostles. And from the apostles to the rest of the brothers, them will receive this thing. You know what I mean? What?
But to them it is not given.
What? But to them it is not given. Lord, how about Shimei don't give the majority, you know what I mean? The mind to understand what the scriptures are saying, man. You can't fight that. You cannot fight it. You know what I mean? All we have to do is basically thank the Lord. That look, the Lord have in one place where we can understand it. You know what I mean? That's what we can do. We can't do nothing more than that. I hope the Lord keep us into the mindset of having this thing, because a lot of men who come at this thing, you know what I mean, and become teachers and what get passed away. You know, same thing that Paul with fear. You know what I mean? That reality will not happen to men who become a part of this thing, become a castaway. You know what I mean? And that is the light in which you should be afraid, man. Hey, this that we receive is valuable than anything, you know, than anything you could think about in this existence. This opportunity here is valuable than anything you can think about in this existence, man. Hey, someone want the opportunity to win the lotto, brother. What more goal you could have strike than when they come into this truth and the Lord give you this truth, man? You know what I mean? Wisdom is above. You see me? There's no lottery you can win on the planet where the grand prize is better than this, man. Even if you can win the planet itself in the lottery, still not better than the grand prize. That basically we have a chance. Here with me. We have a chance here, we have a golden ticket. You know what I mean? We're gonna win anyways, man. Yeah? Come on, brother. Find a piece of.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go on, brother.
This is Proverbs 3, verse 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom.
Right, hey, we should be joyous, man. You know what I mean? We should be joyous, man. Rejoicing. You know, giving thanks, man. For the where the Lord of us right now, and pray that the Lord keep us here, man. It's a joy, man. You know? Hey, a man should be elated. Like the level of elated they should be being here. And in fear, elated and being fearful at the same time. You know? As I said, it's basically greater than winning the lottery, man. It's greater than winning the lottery. You know what I mean? So you should be elated as if you win the lottery, man. Come on, brother.
So happy is the man that findeth wisdom.
Right, happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Come on.
The man that gets understanding.
And the man that gets understanding. This is special, man. Rare commodity. You know what I mean? You know, everything called scarcity of abundance. You know what I mean? We're basically, you have certain things, the intrinsic value, you know, it depends upon how scarce it is and how available it is. Hey, look, you can see evidence, man. You know, majority don't have it and they won't get it because it's something scarce. It's valuable, man. I just give unto us free. Free. He said, come drink wine without money. You know what I mean? Just giving unto us free, man. This can be purchased, man. Say no, this is a great gift because when they go back home to the Acts of the Apostles, man, you know, a man basically tried to purchase the spirit, man. You know what I mean? You can't purchase it, man. Yeah. God.
So for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver.
Right.
The gain thereof that find gold.
So the gain thereof is more than what find gold, man. You know what I mean? So brother, look, man, we know one spot. Look, you could never be in your whole existence. You could have never been in one better spot, man. Never. You know what I mean? Best seat on the ride of life, man. We get the best seat. Don't appear this way right now by the corner light. You know, corner light. You know, we see this as, you know, we are in a worst off position. We're in the best position ever. Yeah. Yeah?
She is more precious than rubies.
More precious than what? Rubies. You know what I mean? Hey, man. So every time you remember this thing, man, you should be giving praise and giving thanks, man. You know, giving thanks, man. You know what I mean? Every time you remember that you're part of this thing, man, you have this wisdom is bestowed upon you, man. You're giving thanks. Every second you have to give thanks, man. You know what I mean? Every second, give thanks, man. You ever saw the command from the corner and the man just give him more money and he just can't stop the thanks? Yeah, can't say thanks. They can't stop the thanks, man. Okay. What you going?
She says, and all the things that those can desire are not to be compared unto her.
Right. Nothing we can desire in this physical life can't compare to what brothers have right now, man. Right. You know what I mean? You know what this type of land, brothers, man? Eternal life. Yeah, the richest man in our existence, man. Seek out for that thing, man, and can't get it, man. You know what I mean? Eternal life, not eternal life of misery. Not eternal life of misery, you know. Eternal life with paradise, man. Paradise, man. You know what I mean? What for? Gosh, man. Hey, go on, brother.
Romans chapter 16, verse 25. Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of the Awashaya Mashiach, according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept since the world began.
Right. mystery that was kept since what the world began, man. And the Lord is to reveal that mystery and to selected men. You know? Yeah, go on.
Corinthians chapter 2 verse 7. But we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery,
God.
even the hidden wisdom
Right.
which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory.
Right, so the Lord ordained it. No, it was preordained. Man. You know, when a born coming into this world, growing up, you never know that something was laid up in store for you until the Lord put it on your mind. You never come out your mother plan, say, yo, you know, me I got to learn that something here. And no, it wasn't planned. And the end wasn't planned by you, man. You know, the Lord do it all. You know? Finish another one.
Revelation chapter 10 verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of Yahweh should be finished.
Right.
And he had declared, as he had declared to his servants, the prophets.
As he had declared to who?
His
servants, the prophets, because the same prophets they are. The elect men. Right. You know what I mean? And the men you see on the highway and byway, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the government of the nation of Israel, man. You know what I mean? The real government. You know? Not JLP and PMP or whatsoever party. None of the other countries where, you know, Jake dwell. You know what I mean? So with that we say, Kalalali and Bashimi wa Shai Bashimi Kodash. Give honors to the apostles of Gravelstone. Shalom to all the brothers out there, keep pushing it 100%. Shalom.
Check it.